Here is the translation of your text into English. Amid these challenging circumstances, the 1983 Cricket World Cup became a pivotal moment that reignited a sense of national pride and changed the trajectory of Indian cricket history. Before the tournament, India was viewed as a complete underdog, with no realistic chance of winning. On June 1, 1983, the Indian cricket team departed for England with minimal expectations resting on their shoulders. Not only critics but even Indian fans found it hard to believe in the team's potential. At that time, Indian cricket was far from the powerhouse it is today. Infrastructure was limited, players lacked modern resources, and funding for the sport was almost non-existent. To illustrate, the Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, faced severe financial difficulties. Even after the historic victory, a benefit concert by the legendary singer Lata Mangeshkar was needed to raise funds to reward the players. Another significant challenge was the prejudice faced by Indian players. At that time, racism was a harsh reality for many. Players were often underestimated and, in some cases, even barred from entering clubs and stadiums in England, including the iconic Lords. These obstacles, however, only strengthened the resolve of a team on the brink of making history. Among the players were four key individuals already familiar with English conditions: Mohinder Amarnath, Madan Lal, Kirti Azad, and the young captain Kapil Dev, who had been playing county cricket locally. Despite this, expectations were so low that the players' return tickets were booked before the semi-finals. This vividly reflected the disbelief in the team's capabilities. After all, in the two previous World Cups, India had managed to win just a single match, against the East Africa team, composed of players of Indian origin from Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, and Zambia. In the 1983 edition, the group stage draw itself was a challenge. India was placed in the same group as cricketing giants Australia and the formidable West Indies, along with newcomers Zimbabwe. To many, this lineup meant India's chances of progressing were virtually non-existent. However, the Indian team had a major asset: the legendary Sunil Gavaskar. Known globally for his technical prowess, Gavaskar was the first cricketer to achieve the historic milestone of 10,000 runs in Test cricket. He was seen as India's main hope, despite having been replaced as captain due to a recent dip in form. That responsibility fell to Kapil Dev, a young and charismatic player who brought a completely new energy to the team. The challenges began right from the warm-up matches. India lost 3 out of 4 games against English county teams, a performance that seemed to validate the pessimistic predictions. Moreover, there were reports of episodes of racism that created a hostile atmosphere. Yet, amid these hurdles, the team remained focused. In their World Cup opener, India faced the mighty West Indies, the two-time defending champions and heavy favourites to win the tournament. To everyone's shock, India defeated the champions by 34 runs in a match that sent ripples through the cricketing world. This victory was not just a sporting achievement. It was a statement that India was there not just to participate but to compete. The confidence grew in the next match, as India convincingly defeated Zimbabwe. However, the path to glory was far from smooth. The team suffered defeats against Australia and once again against the West Indies, putting their campaign at risk. Injuries to key players like Sunil Gavaskar and Dilip Vengasrankar further weakened the team. Then came the defining moment of India's campaign: the crucial match against Zimbabwe. India found themselves in a disastrous position, with a score of 17-5. It was then that Kapil Dev took charge, delivering one of the greatest innings in World Cup history. With a monumental unbeaten knock of 175 runs, he not only saved India but also inspired his teammates to believe in the impossible. This crucial victory propelled the team into their final group stage match against Australia. In yet another display of resilience, India defeated the Australians and secured a spot in the semi-finals for the first time in their history. Their opponent in the semi-finals was host nation England, a strong and experienced side. Indian bowlers, led by Madan Lal and Mohinder Amarnath, restricted England to a total of 213 runs. The Indian middle-order batsmen then chased the target with confidence, booking their place in the grand final. The stage was set for an epic showdown at Lords, the home of cricket. The opponent was once again the West Indies, who were aiming for their third consecutive title. However, India was ready to defy all odds. In an extraordinary display of teamwork and determination, India defeated the cricketing giants and lifted the 1983 Cricket World Cup trophy. This triumph was not merely a sport.